of all, I want to show you an example of a not so good listing. And I've just picked these at random from what I found around the eBay site. And I'm going to show you this one, which is an advertisement for a Kindle Fire HD case. And you can see that this seller has managed to get the some of the correct keywords into their listing title. So they've got Kindle, they've got Fire, they've got HD, and they've got that it's a case as well. But there are keywords missing. Now, potential buyers will find this item, and particularly because it is on an auction listing. But as you can see, there are no bids on this particular item so far. What this seller could have done to start with the keywords is add in the actual size of the case, whether it's new, also the colour of the case. Those would be 3 extra things that could easily have been added to these current words, which would have made the item even easier to find, because then this seller would have been targeting people who were specifically looking for a 7-inch case or an 8-inch case, a black case or whatever, and also new cases. So those keywords have been omitted and the seller should have put those in. Secondly, you can see by the image that the seller has used, the flash for a start has bounced back off the image, and so you can see this big bright blob in the middle of it. It's also been left in the packaging. Now I can kind of understand why the seller might have wanted to do that, because in a way they're showing that it's a new product, it's still in its packaging. However, to show the product to its best advantage, you really need to take it out of its packaging and picture it from lots of different angles as well, because all we can see here is what looks like the back of the product with a sticky label on it, and then obviously that flash bouncing off it as well. So it's not ideal. If we click through into the actual listing, you can see here that there are no bids on this item at the moment. It has still got 3 days to run, so a bid may come in, but there's plenty more Kindle cases out there that are going to be advertised far better than this, and so it's quite likely that buyers are going to go not for this one but for a Kindle case from a different seller completely. Now if we scroll down into the proper listing, you can see that there really isn't much to see. This area here is that area where you should write your description in full, and this seller has just simply added one line: Kindle HD Fire 8.5-inch leather case and screen protector. Well, that does tell me what it is, but it would have been nice again to know for sure that the product is new. I would have liked to have known for sure that the product was black, because screen colour can differ between computer to computer. So it might be that that product is actually a very dark blue, it could be a very dark green. I can't tell from the picture, and it doesn't say in the listing. It would also have been nice to have seen just a little bit more of a description. It's suitable for Kindle HD Fire, but is it suitable as well for a normal Kindle Fire? Has it got a sleep-wake function whereby when you close the case it actually shuts off the Kindle so you don't have to switch it off manually? These are the types of things that need to be in a listing. You need to get every possible thing into a listing that you think your potential buyer may ask you, because if it's in there, then potential buyers don't need to message you, ask you questions, which again saves you time because you're not answering questions. So even on a used item, you should have more information in your listing description than just one single line. There's nothing about postage, there's nothing about when the item will be dispatched. We haven't got any of that information in there. So this is a pretty poor listing. If we go back to my watch list, what I'm going to do is show you, if I can find it, how a Kindle case should be listed. Now first of all, I want to point out that this seller has got a lot more keywords going on. We've got ultra slim, magnetic, leather smart, case cover, for Amazon Kindle Paperwhite Wi-Fi. I would dispute whether the word Wi-Fi is required in those keywords, but certainly every other keyword is very, very relevant to this item. And you can see that the seller has not only used the word case, but they've also used an alternative, which is the word cover. Remember, with your keywords, as I explained in the previous video, that you need to get as many relevant keywords in as possible. Moving on to the image, we've got a nice image here, nice plain background, which you do need for your eBay listings. Nice and plain, uncluttered, but showing the interior of the case and also the colour selections available. So you can see at a first glance exactly what this seller is offering. Now if we click through to this listing, you'll see a huge difference in what this seller's got in their description area compared to the description of the previous example. So we've got a nice big title, we've got what it is and a benefit to the product. So it's a great way to carry around your Amazon Kindle Paperwhite. So immediately this seller is telling you what this product is for and why it's great. Then we move directly on to the features. We know that it's new, we know it's ultra slim, we know that it's got the sleep mode in it. This seller is telling us that it's handsome, it looks and feels great, but it also does the job it's supposed to do, which is protect your Kindle. It's also got the magnetic clasp, so you know that it's secure the whole time, and it's also the materials that it's actually made of are described as well in full within this part of the description. We also know from this description that it's thin, it's lightweight, and it's durable. So basically what this seller is saying is that it's absolutely perfect and you should buy this now. Moving on down, we've got compatibility, so we know which Kindles this cover or case will actually fit and exactly what you're going to get in your package. Following on from that, we've got delivery and payment, so it's very clear as to how items will be dispatched from this seller and when you should receive them. And then you've also got instructions as to exactly what to do if your item doesn't arrive. We've also got our returns policy, 14-day no quibble money back guarantee, which immediately is going to put any potential buyer's mind at rest. They know that if there's a problem, they can return the item. And then a little bit about feedback and also how to contact this seller if it's required. Now, this is a pretty good listing. The only thing I would change personally about this listing is that I would have put the whole thing into a template, and I would also have some actual images within this kind of description area as well, because it just looks neater, more tidy, and a potential buyer can actually see the product as they scroll down through all this information as well, if you've got an image within the main body of the listing description. This seller also hasn't added any extra gallery images. We've just got this one, but in this case that's absolutely fine because we've got the other colours shown within this main image here as well. So that's how to advertise a Kindle, and you've also seen how not to advertise a Kindle. I'm going to give you another example now as well. Let's just go back again to my watch list, and I'm going to choose this time, let's go for this handbag here. Now, keywords absolutely totally non-existent on this one. We've just got the word handbag. It hasn't even been split to handbag and bag. It's literally just one word. There are hundreds of other keywords that could have been added into this this title. The colour isn't showing, the size isn't showing, the brand, if there is one, isn't showing. We don't know if it's new or used. It's probably used, but it doesn't say that for sure. The image is okay, at least it's been taken on a plain background, but it's obviously taken on a carpet, which isn't ideal, and we've got a little shadow in here as well, which does detract slightly. It's not horrific, this image, but it would have been better on a background that isn't a carpet, basically. So let's just click through. and we can have a look. The bidding has now ended on this item, and it ended with no bids at all, and that really doesn't surprise me. The postage is a little bit saucy on this one as well, £5.65 for standard delivery, so it really doesn't surprise me that this product didn't sell. And again, when we look into the description area, we've got the bare minimal facts. Red, cream and white handbag, good condition, is hardly used, has some marking from the fasten strap, see photo, medium size. Well, okay, that tells me a little bit, but what is medium size? I don't know. My perception of medium could be completely different to somebody else's perception of medium. I don't know whether it's got a zip on the top for security, as well as the fastener that goes over the top. I don't know what it looks like inside. I don't know if it's got any pockets inside, like a mobile phone pocket. I don't know how long the strap is, so I don't know if it's going to fit over my arm. These are all things that need to be in the description. And again, if possible, another photo. So, you know, this item didn't sell, and that's really not surprising with such a poor description. I'm going to go back again, and I'm going to show you an example of how a handbag should be listed. Here we go. Slightly different handbag, but you can see here immediately we've got all the keywords in: new, vintage, celebrity, PU, leather, hobo, tote, shoulder, shopper, bag, women, handbag. We've got the maximum amount of relevant keywords packed into that title. Which means it's so much easier for somebody to find. Most people aren't looking for a handbag. They're looking for a leather handbag, or a tote handbag, or a slouch handbag, or a vintage handbag. You have to add these keywords in to make sure that you fight your way through the other listings that are going to be there advertising similar products to you, to get up there into that best match and to come out on top. So again, a good image here. We've got a plain background again, which is exactly how you should do it, and it is what is required on eBay. We've got the colours available as well, and it all looks very, very professional. Now I'm going to click through to the actual listing for this one as well. I've changed the colour there to black, which is why you can see the black one. So if I just put it back to select, you'll be able to hopefully see all of them. If I click on there. So this is the image that you see in the gallery, and then obviously I can just easily scroll through these other images to see all the different colorways that are available to me. So that's great. I can do that without even going down further into the listing. If I scroll down, we'll see we've got a really good listing going on here. If I just get to the beginning of it. Okay, so we've got photos straight away, images right in your face so that you know exactly what you're getting. Really good, clear quality images as well. We've got the features here, 100% brand new, elegant style, that's a benefit, makes you look good. We know what it's made of, we know it's made of leather, we know it's got inner dividers, and we've got an approximate size as well. So I now know exactly how big this bag is. I can get my own tape measure out and I can look at it and I can compare. The belt length as well we've got here. I presume this applies to the handles. So we've got the complete length there. And again, we're reminded of the colours that it is available in. We've got more images then. This looks like a really good quality bag from the images. You've also got a photo of it against a model, so you can see how big it actually looks, you know, against your body, because obviously you can't, as a buyer, you can't touch, feel, really get a proper perspective of what this bag is and how big it's going to be, because you haven't got it in your hands. So these images are doing that for you. They're showing you what this bag is going to look like should you decide to buy. And then down to the bottom, we haven't got any returns policy actually within the listing itself, nor any postage details, which I would have added in. Not every listing is perfect though, but we have got returns accepted here, 14 days. So as a buyer, you would know that you could return this bag if there was a problem. So that's an example of how to sell and how not to sell a handbag. Okay, I just wanted to show you one final example now of what I think is a good listing. And the reason I'm going to show you this one is because sometimes you might be selling something that requires quite a lot of information on the kind of technical side, let's say, and the proof side, because you really want to explain to people how something works and why something works, and really get across the fact that it does work. And I've got the perfect example for this. So I'm just going to go back to my watch list again, and let me show you this one. Let's just find, oh, it's not that way, it's this way. It's this one, which is a teeth whitening kit. You can see, first of all, once again, that this seller has got great, really relevant keywords within their title. So everything is there that you need to know. They've also used variations on words. So you've got teeth, but you've also got tooth. We've got whitener, but we've also got bleaching, and then we've got whitening as well. So all those words mean the same thing, but different people might search for different keywords. So this seller is basically covering all bases. The image is good. It shows exactly what you get in the whole kit. It is a very dark background, but this product is a product that doesn't always photograph very well on a plain white background. So what I normally suggest to other people that might be in this situation is, if you can't use plain white, then do use a black or a really dark background to make your product stand out. So we've got a good image going on, we've got good keywords here. And if I click through, you'll see that, if I just scroll down, okay, so very top of the listing, we ship same day if ordered before 3 p.m. That's great. That's telling me immediately that, you know, I'll be looking at my watch thinking, oh, if I order now, maybe I can get this, you know, by tomorrow if they're going to ship same day, or maybe I can get it within, you know, fewer days because I'm ordering sooner, before 3 o'clock. So that's a really good hook to start with at the top of this listing. We've got exactly what it is, and we've also got the benefits of this product right up here at the top. We've also got the fact that this product comes in discreet packaging. That's very important for some people with products like this, embarrassing products or products to do with vanity, to do with aging, anything like that. Some people don't want the name of what they've bought emblazoned all over the packaging, so it's good that this seller has added that at the beginning. We've then got a really nice big picture of exactly what you're going to get in your set, so you're left in no doubt as to what you'll receive. And then you've got what the contents are, all written out perfectly clearly, plain to see. Then we've got the results that you can expect to get with this kit, and this is really important, because if I was going to buy a product like this, I'd want to know that it worked, and I'd want to see specific proof that it does work, and that's exactly what this seller has done. We've got proof, we've got the results showing pretty much at the beginning of the listing. So then we move on to how easy is the kit for me to use at home. We've got complete instructions here. All this does is reinforce to the customer that this is so simple, and it's almost saying, well, what are you waiting for? You know it works. You know that we use discreet packaging. You know that we can dispatch before 3 o'clock so you can get it sooner, and you now know that it's really, really easy to use as well. So we've got 4 points here that are persuading me to buy the whole time, and that's exactly what your listing description should do. Moving further down, we've then got some more kind of testimonials. We've got customer feedback. These are all positive feedback saying that this product really, really works. Other people like to follow other people. So if one person is prepared to say that a product works, then other people will try it. And then you can find that your sales start to snowball from there, because you've got this feedback from other people saying how happy they are with the product and that it really, really does work. This seller has gone one step further and has put in a frequently asked questions list as well. Perfect. Now we haven't got people bothering this seller all the time with lots of different questions about the product. It's there, it's plain to see. Of course, there may be other questions that potential buyers ask, but the main ones are there within the listing so you can see it straight away. And this also means that you're not going to, if you're a buyer, you might have to ask a question. So you might come out of the listing, you then have to email or message the seller through eBay messages. This is wasting time. During that time, you then have to wait for the answer from the seller. They may not get back to you very quickly, during which time you might go off the idea of buying completely, or you might go and find another seller who does answer your question quickly or does answer your question within their listing description, and that buyer might buy off that person instead. So that's why it's really important to make sure that you kind of answer people's questions within your listing before they have to message you. And then to cap it all off, we've got why buy from us. So we've got backup of who this company is, the fact that their products are certified, how they ship, the fact again that they use the plain packaging, and that they offer customer support as well. So everything that you could possibly want is within this listing. And this isn't a listing that has been created using any particular software. It looks like this seller has put this listing together themselves, which is great. Moving down, just finally, we've got that first 14-day returns policy, and we've got the return policy details there as well. So again, peace of mind for any buyers that are going to go ahead with this product. So that's what I'd call a really good informative listing that tells a potential buyer exactly what they're getting, and the sales history on this, over 4,000, does confirm that fact as well.